Have you ever wondered why the cost of housing in Canada is skyrocketing? Well, Canada finds itself in the midst of one of the world's most severe housing bubbles. The low interest rates in recent years have stirred up a whirlwind of demand, inflating the prices of real estate. Alongside this, the introduction of the Home Buyers Plan, or RAP, has further stoked the flames of this demand. This plan allows first-time homebuyers to withdraw up to $25,000 from their registered retirement savings plans for a down payment, tax-free. This initiative, while helpful for new buyers, has also contributed significantly to the escalating demand for real estate, thereby driving up prices. So, it's safe to say that the housing market in Canada is experiencing a bubble. But what are the factors contributing to this? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this pressing issue. One of the main factors influencing the housing market is immigration. But how does it contribute to the crisis? Well, let's unpack this. Every year, Canada welcomes a significant number of immigrants. This influx contributes to the population increase, alongside natural growth. Now, imagine all these newcomers and growing families needing homes. That's a significant pressure on both the rental and general housing market. But it's not just permanent immigrants. Temporary residents, like students and workers, are also in the mix. They may not be here for life, but they still need a roof over their heads, further escalating the demand. The resulting effect? A heightened competition for available homes, pushing prices up and making affordability a challenge for many Canadians. So, immigration, both permanent and temporary, undeniably contributes to the housing demand. But the question remains: immigration is undeniably contributing to housing demand, but are there other factors at play? Let's explore this in the next scene. Let's turn our attention to the role of politics in this housing crisis. Are politicians really the ones to blame? Many might argue that, yes, they bear a significant portion of the blame for the slowdown in housing construction. It's a complex issue with monetary, fiscal, and immigration policies all playing a part in the growing demand for housing. Firstly, let's tackle monetary policy. Low interest rates have been driving up demand and housing prices. The introduction of the Home Buyers Plan further fueled this demand, making it easier for first-time buyers to enter the market. Next, we have fiscal policy. The government's spending and taxation decisions have a direct impact on the housing market. For instance, high taxes on construction materials can slow down housing construction, while subsidies can stimulate it. Now, let's not forget about immigration policy. Canada's population is growing due to both natural increase and immigration. The latter, both permanent and temporary, is putting pressure on the rental and housing market in general. More people inevitably means more demand for housing. But who's steering these policies? Politicians, right? They are the ones who set the direction and tone for how we deal with these issues. Some critics argue that the new housing minister isn't doing enough. They believe that the focus should be on reducing house prices. If this isn't addressed, indebted households could face even more challenges. But it's not just about pointing fingers at politicians. It's also about understanding the forces at play. The housing market is like a giant jigsaw puzzle, and politics is just one piece of it. Policies can either stimulate or hinder housing construction, and right now, it seems like we're seeing more of the latter. So it appears that political issues are causing a significant impact on the housing crisis. But what can be done about it? The housing crisis in Canada is a complex issue with many contributing factors. But what are the potential solutions? At the heart of the matter, we find a political preference for higher house prices, which, while beneficial for some, can be deeply problematic for many others. This preference is influenced by various factors, including monetary and fiscal policies, as well as immigration trends. However, it's important to note that this is not just about prices. It's about the availability and affordability of homes for all Canadians. We need to see changes in federal, provincial, and municipal policies. These changes should aim to encourage and facilitate home construction rather than obstructing it. Yes, politicians have been criticized for putting obstacles in the way of builders, contributing to the housing crisis. Significant policy changes are required to address this crisis. The question now is, will our politicians step up to the challenge?